man. This is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, but bitch, we got views.
Did y'all have some dealings with Sonny too? Is that before that?
Sonny happened after Picture This.
Okay.
Picture This was the first album. That's the one I told you made such an impact. And we were, I don't remember what we were doing, but I just remember being at the McDonald's in Hermitage. Pulled through the drive-thru, and I literally just threw a CD in his window.
Mm-hmm.
And then
He went for the fries.
and then the phone number was on the CD, which people thought was stupid then, but it's like, well, how else they could find it, you know?
Right.
And then I think he ended up calling you, and then, long story short, we ended up at Street Flavor, and that was right after Picture This, and we worked on a few songs at Street Flavor for Flossaphy, but we ended up redoing them at Dale Babs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that was like 2002, 3, something like that?
Yeah.
Even the time we were recording Dale Babs, Buck was in there recording the G Unit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
I remember we paid like $3,000 for our block to record Flossaphy, and I think Juvenile and Buck showed up, and Bab was like, y'all gotta go. No, Jarek was like, y'all gotta go. Like, huh? Like, what do you mean, dog? Like,
We left there mad as shit. Too,
Yeah. Buck had it was a black box Caprice with Tennessee Titan flags in the window.
Yes.
On 100 spokes. Yeah.
Dude.
That's
It was a
celebrity wins
producer.
every time,
I think
man.
he double booked it. It was like, y'all gotta go. I got them coming in because they were major label artists at the time. He's like, bro, I'm gonna lose this. It wasn't like Debo and shit.
Oh, okay. It was just, yeah, I see what you mean. They just double booked it.
Still made us mad though. Hurt our feelings, rather.
Well, yeah, that would, especially if you spend that kind of money, that's a big chunk to spend on studio time. For sure. So that second album, would you say you had more success from that first one or that second one? Because you had the radio
Second
play,
one.
the radio play from the second one. Yeah.
Not only that, like just everything. I feel like our first album was we were just trying shit. You know what I mean? And on the second one, we actually knew what quality we was going for, how to go about getting that quality.
Right.
Actually doing things in order versus just fucking all over the place trying shit. Like we literally knocked shit down, in order like we were supposed to. Turned out great too. I don't know how 3 songs ended up on the radio.
Y'all it wasn't anything that they just had enough like.
I don't know. I really don't know.
We don't know.
Maybe not.
Either way, I mean, that's dope that it worked out that way for you.
Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, however you did it, it happened. You know what I mean?
Oh, you couldn't escape it.
Gotcha.
Like you cut the radio on, you're gonna hear it.
Gotcha.
It was like the shit is now. Like you'll hear something that just annoys you. You'll hear the same song over and over throughout the day. It was just like that.
Yeah.
So we were pretty fucking cool.
They are pretty cool.
We were happy shit.
And then y'all, after that one, it was, which one was it? Behind Bars?
Gay.
Now that album was really a regression. We were rushing.
Yeah.
Right.
We're literally rushing to get it done.
Yeah.
But Flossaphy was it. That was the right album.
Yeah.
Right.
And
then y'all took a break, and then like a 3 or 4 year break, and then y'all got back linked up. Was it whenever I met with y'all?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like
2000
right in that area.
January,
2009.
February 09, I think. So I met y'all at the studio that time. I met y'all, I met Tone, I met everybody the same night.
Yeah.
Because I think it was when Zane, I'd met Zane before, but that was the first time I met Brabo and Tone, I think, and I met them at the same time.
Yeah.
I think it was because everybody was coming in and out of during Jelly's like house arrest stuff.
Right.
And then that's when y'all started to y'all wanted to bring back the Flossaphy, right? Y'all like the anniversary?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
let's go back to Flossaphy.
Right.
And just stop the interview there.
Yeah.
You fucking
Yeah,
thing.
I got it.
Yeah.
There's so many damn stories.
We had chains that spun
Yeah.
before anybody else.
Y'all were innovators, bro.
Really were.
No, legit. Like all jokes aside.
We had our own rims being made. Dude ran off with the money.
Oh.
Orange, remember Orange? So that didn't work out.
I think the biggest thing, I think that breaks my heart, man, is no matter, huh?
Lost your pinky ring.
My pinky ring? No, I don't think like looking back at it, it makes you sad because there was a lot of hurdles, a lot of roadblocks we hit that were like hurtful blows.
Oh, bro, we got our feelings hurt all the time.
And then had to bounce back from it, and it bounced back from it, and it bounced back from it. So it was like, even if you look at where we are today, I don't know if I can go through that again.
Right.
Like some of them days suck, man. But we had each other.
Right.
I saw the vision. He saw the vision. You know, there was times where we're the only two that saw it.
Yeah.
And it was hard to express to the world, this thing's gonna work. Like, this is real. This is what it's supposed to be. Nowadays, it was tougher back then. I just came to my conclusion now thinking about it.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff we paved the way for, like, we don't get credit for that shit.
Not at all, bro.
A lot of these independent artists that are out today, right? Not taking nothing away from them, but that blueprint that you're following is the TopDollar blueprint from fucking 2000.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a blueprint for us. I know there wasn't. Nobody was doing it. And then we came out with this is the independent game. This is how you get CDs out. This is, you know, I think that's the part that sucks now. Now we're successful, we're whatever, but we never got the thank yous from the people that should have even privately called and said, hey, man, thank you.
Yeah.
Because even I can literally trace back any artist you name to somebody else, back to us on how they learned the system.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to say every single one of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know, but we never got the credit for that. It was always because we were talking about flamboyant music or flossing and shit like that.
It was like, that's what we do. Like,
Yeah.
what do you want us? You want us to lie?
Right.
You know what I mean? Talk a bunch of
Bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But because we did it like that, we never got the success of it. Now, if we would have talked about starting from nothing and then coming up, you know, the whole street shit way, they would have hated us for a different reason.
Yeah.
You know, it's always going to be something there. But even now, respect what it did. Like, I'll hear interviews with artists and like, bro, this is where this came from. This is where this came from. Like, but even with that, to know you had that much impact on the independent scene is still a blessing in itself, I guess, you know. But
I've had people tell me now,
yeah,
you know, privately, they don't ever say anything publicly.
some people do, but you know, they say, "Give me my roses while I'm alive."
Yeah.
But we never got roses.
Y'all were definitely a big
Somebody
influence
get
on
them
me.
goddamn
These boys want some
flyers.
roses.
Shit.
That's true though, man. I definitely see that because especially y'all being able to succeed in a time where everything cost so much more money, man.
Oh, dude.
Like
They're making it look easy. Though.
I mean,
just
like
remember
album
fucking
covers you
cars.
just said were $1,500.
I swear to
He's-
God.
oh, wait,
I just
he's
remember the
speaking something
fucking
important.
cars. I swear, man. Because I mean, I was in Rutherford County, so Hickory Hollow Mall was a spot. You know what I mean? Because right around the time y'all talking, I mean, that's right out. For me, that's right out of high school.
Right.
And I was on the brink of wanting to become an artist myself, and I just remember these motherfuckers in these cars, man.
That orange Cadillac.
The biggest rim, like if you see big rims on TV, and then you see them drive by with bigger rims.
Yeah.
And the
TVs in the gas. What was you in the gas cap or
silly
something?
shit, yeah, screens everywhere, loud as fuck.
Yeah.
Just booming.
We
And
literally
then-
That's another reason that it was such a success, because you would hear us talking all that shit on them songs, and then when you saw us, you saw that.
yeah.
And a lot of guys were talking that, and then you'd see them, and they wouldn't even have a car or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that helped.
I'm sure the fans would co-sign it too. They'd be
No,
like,
it was
"Dude,
promo."
they really do it. Like I could just hear a fan just rant.
But
about
we
y'all trying to
weren't
put somebody
doing
on
it
that
to
shit.
stun on people and to shut people down. Like, we really weren't. We were not. There was no arrogance.
Yeah.
Like, we'd get on songs and be as arrogant as can be, but in real life, it was like, man, thank you. Like, very as humble as it gets. We weren't trying to rub it in people's faces. That was literally promo.
Marketing.
That's how we marketed our music. You know, and people didn't understand that back then because marketing wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah.
You know?
Would definitely made an impression. That's
For sure. I mean, because people, still to this day, people come up to me that don't really know about local rap, and they ask me if I know, that tell me that they remember y'all. You know, it's Top Dollar. They talk about, I mean, people way out in the country
What
know about
sucks is,
Behind bars.
yeah, that too. I lost for love. Hello, baby.
All right, check.
What?
I didn't like Hello Baby. I thought that was fire, bro.
Hello, baby. Is that the one with the
Hello,
surgery?
baby.
We're not talking. We're back to the cars.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about
Rest
Money
of
to
the
Blow.
slide.
That one was fire too
That's
with
a
D-Rock.
fire
Money
record.
Blow's cool.
Yeah,
That
Money
was a
Blow
fire
straight.
record.
But we had this $9 million video budget in our mind.
Yeah.
We didn't have the $9 million.
You know,
shoot.
I found pictures and where I was taking video of that shoot. It's hilarious. It just looks like we're in a haunted house. It really does.
And was that the first single after the break? What was it?
Yeah.
Money to Blow?
So that might have been the first video we ever did, wasn't it?
Yeah, because y'all had like
See, that's back to the marketing strategies though back then. Like that wasn't like, I mean, you had a video, you had to be on MTV with
Correct.
it. You know what I'm saying? You had to be on BET
2009,
with
yeah,
it.
because that was the beginning of when, because when we were doing
YouTube wasn't
ChadArmesTV, there
YouTube.
wasn't
You know what I mean?
there
Like,
wasn't
it
very
wasn't-
many music videos back then.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy to think about it, how far back that was, and then to your point, how it's sort of like a blueprint nowadays. I mean, everything.
For sure.
We did something right because even 20 years from now, we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
What some
Absolutely.
kids that were 16 did.
It just, I hate that.
Behind
there's-
bars came out.
unless you lived in that time, there's no proof.
Right.
I hate that part of it. That's why I try to hold on to like
Yeah,
show photos and posters and stuff that I kept, which
because it wasn't online documented.
yeah, because like we were so fast and living in that moment that we was just, you know, we weren't keeping up with shit. We just letting it, people wearing chains off and jewelry off and taking posters and boxes of CDs. We weren't keeping up with that shit. We was just going, but
Yeah,
it sucks now. There's no point of reference.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No
For sure.
archive photos that you can.
No like concert footage or any of that
Like even
stuff.
now, it's
Right.
like when we went places, 7 or 8 of us, everybody had a big ass $TopDollar chain on about that fucking big.
Yeah,
There's no proof of that now.
yeah.
You know, it's like it's things like that you can't. He's right. I didn't even think about it.
There's just no proof. You just had to be there.
For sure.
Goddamn kids and your internets. Everything's forever now.
Hell yeah, man. I'm glad we're getting to sit down with y'all, man. This is really, really cool to go back and
I
hear
can't
about all
believe
this.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still
It worked out,
starstruck.
man.
I swear to God,
Starstruck. I
can't.
see it in your face.
It
But I
worked.
fuck with him. I fuck with him full time.
Yeah.
But I've never got to.
It's
Never got
different.
to hang out with you, man, and I'm really glad I get that opportunity.
It's different when they're both in the same place.
For sure.
It's a little
Like
intimidating.
we've been putting on a record together. I ain't never seen the motherfucker. I thought it was a ghost.
Yeah, he was like,
Nah, Ghost be doing the videos.
no, but you,
Good ones.
for sure. We were planning on making a trip to Florida at some
Yeah.
point, and then it just worked out to where I hit you up, and you're like, "I'll be in town next week." I was like, "Man, let's go." So it just kind of worked out, you know. And y'all are doing really good stuff right now with Mako, and now y'all are linked up with Average Joe's and all that, and things are really taking off with you and Sab and FJ and Hard Target and the whole camp.
Yeah, so I want to hear it. Like I said, I'm over here a fan, man. Like what's happening right now with Lex
Yeah.
TopDollar and Brabo Gator?
I'm not
sure.
doing a goddamn thing.
There you go.
Hey,
What about
you
Brabo?
are too.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm here talking to
You're
you.
making Chatty Bob sound good on these mixes you've been
That's
doing.
true, yeah.
He's been killing the mixes, man. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Worm, man. He's been killing them for sure.
Oh yeah, it's his birthday.
Bro, it's one where
His
chose
birthday.
to come back and do music tomorrow and go to the moon.
Oh yeah.
It's like I say, it's all the time. It's
I mean,
like-
he's here every day about it almost.
It's probably the most
Every day.
talented person I've met, like to
Yeah.
this day, you know. But maybe I was raised on him, so I'm biased. But literally, if he made a beat right now, it'd sound better than 99% of beats that are out there.
Yeah.
Like literally, I mean, if you've heard him, if you've seen him do it, it's like that. He's a perfectionist. Everything has to sound right.
Yeah.
Like even back then, like, bro,
That's why I was interested in how long the process took
Yeah.
with him,
with him.
bro,
They
these
said a
beats,
year,
like,
that
we
was
say
too.
it's quick,
Yeah.
but even the beats that he makes.
Yeah.
He might have been spending 4 months on that same beat, remaking the same beat over again,
Yeah.
just because he didn't like how the hat sat in the mix.
Yeah.
So we say it was quick, right?
Yeah.
But it was because he had put all the work in it before. He had
Yeah.
redone everything and pushed it. Even as Dave, he chose to come back and do it. He'd be successful at whatever he did.
For sure.
You know, I just think he's just happy where he's at.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
There's only there's a handful of people that I still do stuff for. Like
Yeah.
you, Worm, when he wants something, of course.
Right.
But
Which should probably happen more,
yeah.
Yeah.
if anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
I got Lex TopDollar feature.
You do.
Yeah, you
man.
do.
You do. And then y'all ended up linking up. Was it last year on
Bottle like that.
Bottle I Go? Yeah, which was dope.
That was one of them spur of the moment things. Like, he literally just sent me a song. I was like, check this out. He was like, you want to do a hook? I was like, I can't.
Oh yeah. I remember
Yeah,
that song
man.
now.
which was dope because it was the first time y'all had done a song. Well, I guess since
And y'all had them hyped too, boy.
yeah, for sure. Totally different style. It's a great record too. Totally different vibe, but it worked. You know, I thought it worked real well.
I just think we more wanted to see each other and feel whatever we felt back then again. You know, I think
sure.
we always will. But it's like, would a top dollar record work right now? Probably. It wouldn't sound the same.
Right.
You know, because people grow, but it would still work because we'd figure out a way to make it work.
Absolutely.
You know, I think that's the big thing about me and him. We sat down, he put his head around it, I put my head around it, we go, okay, this will work.
Well, the dope thing is too, like, if I hear another top dollar record from y'all, I wouldn't want to hear one like then. I want to hear what y'all are doing now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is cool just to see like how far y'all came along and how different the material is, but it's still super good.
A lot of people in music, man, they'll have something that works and keep doing it and forcing it, and that thing that worked is no longer a legacy.
Yeah.
Now you've shoved it down people's throats so much that it's just like it's tarnished. I think a piece of us just likes Top Dollar for those 16, 17-year-old kids, 18-year-old kids that did that.
Yeah.
Like, and let's just not touch that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think we enjoy that part of it because now when you look back on it, it's still like, y'all remember that shit, man? Like, they did it. You came back out with the same thing now. It just takes away from what you did then.
It's just like now rebooting old movies. You know, like you know what I'm saying?
They're
Yeah.
beating that shit to death.
Yeah.
And ruining shit. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be the same. But even on Bottle I Go, even though it's like totally left field for us, sonically, it fucking works.
Oh yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So what are the chances of that happening again? Y'all making more records together or what?
Shit, I'm working on a country album right now.
There
Let's
you
go, man.
Most of them are.
Let's go, Bubba.
I could do it.
You definitely could. So could Bobby.
Anything you set your mind to.
You definitely could.
Bobby don't want to rap.
Bro, and
You
another thing you was talking about too. I bet you get it all the time
Oh.
because Jelly gets the same questions. And I know you get them because of you doing so much with the Target on Lock stuff. The music that you do now is not that at all. But you keep getting people, I'm sure, that hit you up wanting the Target on Lock stuff.
Yeah, bro, just go in on everybody.
Yeah. But
it's
but that's what I'm saying. You don't want it. That, same thing Jelly goes through about like about people wanting him to do Welcome to the Trap
old
House.
Jelly stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we put out gangster shit with him just rapping.
Yeah.
It's almost like it kicked off.
It did.
That. Yeah.
You can tell it's old Jelly. Well, of course it's old Jelly.
no
'cause
matter
it's-
what you do, somebody out there's gonna go,
For
man,
sure.
go back to what you were doing. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you're in a different place. Both of y'all like are in different places now.
You
So
have to
Florida.
progress, man.
What'd you do?
he said, "Yeah, Florida." I said, "You're in a different place." He goes, "Yeah, Florida." He's slick with it, man. This has been super dope, man. I'm glad y'all got to sit down with us and.
And yeah, we got tons and tons and tons of stories. When we do our one-on-ones, I'm sure I'll throw a couple in there.
Yeah, for sure.
But
We did some funny shit, bro.
I bet, man.
yeah.
I didn't realize.
We didn't really touch on the street flavor shit.
You can talk about that. You can talk about the SEA if you want to. A little bit
The
about
what?
the SEA.
Yeah, we're winners.
Yeah.
And we were the first people to ever win the SEA
For sure.
award.
Yeah.
And the people that followed up were like
Yo Gotti and us.
Lil Boosie and Webby.
Boosie with Paul Wall. Or no, they were just nominated, I think. I don't think they won anything.
Was it album of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then the following year, we was nominated for like 10 things, but we didn't win anything that year.
And that was back when people it just had to be. Was it just vote? Like people just voted on like.
Yeah, but you had to
nominees?
really vote.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Nowadays,
Yeah, for sure.
you got bots and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good company to keep there,
Yeah.
for sure.
Um,
How did y'all meet up with Stack? How did that come about?
Street flavor.
Street
Wendy's.
flavor. When y'all
Street
went?
flavor,
Yeah.
yeah.
What'd you say?
Wendy's.
Oh.
No, McDonald's.
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Oh, the fries. Yeah.
And I remember him calling, and when he called, he said, "Man," he said, "I just can't make it past this number 2," which was Picture This, the song.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so different. I just can't get past number 2.
You ever go back and listen to it now?
I want to right now. Just so
Slow.
I can remember.
No.
I don't know the titles like y'all are saying.
Even if you listen to Flossaphy now,
Mm-hmm.
you can still hear like it was still ahead of what it
Oh,
was
yeah, for
doing.
sure.
If you go to Flossaphy, that's the first time I think Jelly was ever on a record. It was on Flossaphy. He was on a skit.
Yeah, just talking.
Oh, he was on the skit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Back in the day, though. Bro, I like some songs on. I know y'all don't. I guess y'all didn't like it, but the third album I like. I mean, y'all had some dope songs on there too.
We never did a third album.
There was a few good songs on there, man. I will say, but I mean,
Swinging on them was still fire.
Yeah, hardest beat
Man,
ever.
the tone was dope on that song.
For sure.
Tone was dope. Yeah,
For sure.
Tone.
Yeah, shout out Tone, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
that
out
beat.
Tone.
But I guess
that's like my hardest beat ever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got a lot of hard beats, but
No, that was the one.
That was the hardest hard beat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was that 04?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beast, man.
Yeah.
I think the last song on Behind Bars was longer than Picture This.
Then the whole album. Slow.
Wow.
Well,
But
everybody
it was just rough. And what it was he had put together a deal with Selecto Hits, and we had to have it finished and had to go sign it by a certain day.
Oh, so you was trying to just put the work in.
And we literally rushed everything. I remember.
I bet that shot your. I bet that killed you, didn't it? Having to do that.
Oh, dude,
Oh, yeah.
it was terrible because I had no control.
He don't work
anything.
like that.
No, I already know. Yeah.
So we finished the album, and then the next day, I remember I don't know if we went to Memphis yet, but we went somewhere else to master it that time. They mastered it, and then we shot to Selecto Hits and sat down with them. It was just a time crunch, and it was terrible.
No.
It was terrible.
We
I
never,
don't know
we,
that one at all.
we really didn't catch any breaks. Like, it was literally us.
Yeah.
There was no companies that wanted to help. Even Selecto Hits, like, they weren't
When
really.
we was at Street Flavor, Sonny.
Sonny, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Sonny did everything he could. I mean, Sonny walked us into, you know.
But he had so
Universal,
much
Sony.
stuff that was
Yeah.
going on.
He's gonna sit down with Sonny. And I told him that'd be dope because Sonny literally has had his hands on everybody
Yeah.
that went on to be somebody.
He was another person who doesn't get no credit for it.
Yeah.
Well, all I hear, because I never had any dealings with Sonny. Me or him, neither one did. We just hear negative stuff, but it's not. We don't ever know what the negative stuff is.
No one can tell you.
Yeah.
Like,
Because Sonny's always been super solid.
yeah, like
Yeah.
he done so much. I feel like looking back, he done so much for us. But during the moment, we were just we were kind of bratty kids that, you know, we kind of felt entitled. Like, man, you need to do this for you. He was doing all he could,
Yeah.
but we were finding something to be pissy about.
The people
Right.
that don't like that dude is because he probably said no to him.
Yeah.
You know, and he probably still helped him.
No one can really give you a reason why. But like, I mean, like I told you, like,
Yeah.
Sonny gave me money when Mom's house was in foreclosure.
Yeah.
Like,
That's love, man.
yeah, and we didn't have any legal.
He never
paperwork
made, he
with
never
this
made a
dude.
dollar off the top.
No, he never
Yeah.
made anything off of us. He let us, you know, use the studio for free. The only thing, I don't know. I ended up paying Dev for that beat, but
Yeah.
other than that, everything he did for free.
Yeah.
You know.
That's love, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sonny. Hopefully we'll
Yeah,
get to
for
sit
sure.
down at some point.
Sonny is just, bro, when you're successful, when you're at the top of your game,
Yeah.
you have a bullseye on you regardless.
Right.
Right. So with him, at that time, he was the label. There was major labels, and then there was Sonny.
Yeah.
So if Sonny didn't give you what you thought you deserved, Sonny's a piece of shit.
Right.
You know, that's what it boiled down to. Even us.
Yeah.
You know, we thought we were worth this. That doesn't mean that man's gonna write a check for that.
Right.
Or that he's gonna even like it to begin with.
Yeah.
But even regardless, he still helped you, like, as much as he could.
Mm-hmm.
But I think nothing would, bro, a lot of people back then were in very desperate situations.
Yeah.
So when you're in a desperate situation, you need something right now, and somebody tells you they can't do it, that person's a piece of shit only because you know they have it.
And they won't give it to you.
Correct. So that's what the
Yeah.
thing about Sonny is. He had it, and people got mad because he gave it to other people versus them, but that's not a characteristic flaw.
Well, no, it's
personal-
just
it's a personal decision.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
That makes total sense for sure.
Yeah, dude's always been super
Absolutely.
supportive, just nice as hell to me, man.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
He's
Yeah,
a good
'cause-
guy, man.
But yeah, we'll sit down with him someday.
But that interview, I think, will turn into a lot more interviews, just because he's had his hands on so many people.
Yeah. For sure.
So many people came through that street flavor chain, even if it wasn't street flavor at the time. Like it came through Sonny.
Yeah. For sure.
Us included.
Let's talk about what you're doing now.
We're not doing a damn thing. He can do.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
that's what I'm asking.
his-
Save that for individual.
Yeah, because he's a whole street flavor and he's by himself now. So.
Do you want to do that now, Bravo? Or do you want to wait, or what do you want to do?
It don't matter. That's what's cute on
They know you, so
Oh yeah, for sure.
can't get that.
you. I can still come on. It won't catch it. We were in Waffle House in Georgia. This lady said something. I don't come on your arm. She goes, "A sweet tea?" Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Wow.